If anyone should be trying stuff against Man City and should know their vulnerabilities, it's fucking Mikel Arteta.
I just want to win the next 5 games. If we win the last, was it 5 games we got left? I'm not even going to knock them. I'm not going to knock them.
To round that off, I think they're just doing what their experience says that they're capable of doing. Both Arsenal and City, like bottling, winning.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you're listening. Welcome to another installment of Podcast Pundits. I'm Dre, man, an avid Man United fan. I'll be your host today. But before I get into the pod, the usual stuff, all the furniture. Follow us on Spotify, Apple, Instagram, SoundCloud, YouTube. Is it Amazon Music?
Yeah, I think we're just on everything.
TikTok. Man. We're on every platform.
Yeah, the social medias is TikTok, Instagram, Twitter.
Yeah. Podcast.pundits. Follow us.
Podcast Pundits _ on one of them. And
yeah.
It's Podcast Pundits.
Yeah, give us a like, give us a follow, give us a comment. We appreciate that. We like to read all of those and keep the following going. We appreciate that. But let's introduce the panel. To my left, Striver.
Yeah, man, I'm your guy, your boy Strives. Been sitting top of the table all the time that I've been recording this podcast, so this is an extremely new experience for me. I'm not too sure what I'm doing here, man, but
you didn't want to be here, did you?
No, you know what? I'm always happy to be here with my boys recording Podcast Pundits, man, but I don't really watch football anymore, you know?
Oh, them ones.
Yeah, man, it gets like that. You remember when I picked up boxing?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I watch darts now still.
Fair play. Let's go around the room to Striver's left. John Boy.
Yeah, John Boy here today.
Welcome back.
Yeah, I think last time when I was here, I can't remember the result we had, but it's a lot different now these days than it was back then. But still happy to talk about football. So I'm here in it, and we'll get into the nitty gritty of Arsenal and City.
Yeah, fair play. Yeah,
last week.
Remind the listeners, who you supporting, John Boy?
Yeah, I'm a Gooner, avid. Very different stances to a lot of the Gooners around me, but I think we all feel the pain. So I'm not gonna lie.
That's one thing that's synonymous in the camp.
Yeah,
fair play. And then to John's left.
Cheers, your boy, Joey Nomadic. Here as a Liverpool fan, 4 in a row.
Jeez.
Was that 4 wins in a row?
Feeling
for
like
the first time.
Feeling like how Arsenal fans used to feel when they were top of the league.
Yeah.
But also feeling how they feel when they lost top of the league, because we've been there too.
No, this is it. That's why I don't even mind being next to you today, bro. Like,
yeah, man. Liverpool fan. Not really much to go on, to be fair. This feels like secondary school when you finish your exams.
Yeah, you know when you've got nothing to really do.
Yeah. So let's see what we got for today's episode, isn't it?
Just before you go on the summer holidays, you've finished your school exams. That's how you feel. You're in that grey area.
Ain't got shit to do. Just got to come into school. Yeah, sometimes you don't even have to wear full uniform. They allow you, innit?
Where are you in the league?
Is that?
Where are you in the league in that moment?
We're pushing, getting closer to Arsenal.
Ooh.
I don't
know about that.
I don't know that whatsoever.
Wait, you lot lost your last game, right?
What's that?
You lost your last game, right?
Yeah, we did.
Correct. We won our last game, right? Which means we're closer to Arsenal.
You're close to Arsenal. What's your position in the league?
Closer to Arsenal.
All right.
Have you got a Champions League position yet?
I host. I beg you start hosting.
I just wanted to hear where this was going, to be honest.
It was a genuine question, you know. It was a genuine question. I just wanted to see where they were in the league, innit?
Okay.
Oh, them ones. They don't even know where you are in the league now, man.
Well, you stop really focusing on what's going on below you. Like, you've
it's mad.
got bigger things to deal with.
Fam, all I've looked at all season is City games. That's it. That's what I'm caring about.
Joey knows.
And United
he's not mad at us. He knows what it feels like.
No, sometimes it's better to go off the radar and no one knows where you are than everyone see your failures.
Nah, you know what?
Live.
I think it's good to
play
do
out
that
live, especially when you know this is the peak of what your team can achieve ever.
Nah,
because all the other teams are getting better, and some teams just fell asleep for one.
Never
season.
The peak.
This is the narrative they tried to run with last season when Arsenal dropped out of the top 4.
Show me your ticket to the parade.
Yeah.
What, is the season over?
You got it.
Is the season done?
All right.
So you don't got it.
Fair enough. Yeah. Let's move straight on to it. Top of the league clash. It was on Wednesday. It was at the Etihad Stadium. Man City 4, Arsenal 1. Kevin De Bruyne scored 2 goals as Pep's team now challenging for almost at the treble. So if I put it to you Arsenal fans here.
Pick the most heartbroken looking one to start with.
No, I'm going to start. I'll start. You know what? I'll start with Strives. Because they don't even want to be here. And I have to applaud him for actually coming on the pod.
Joe's a dickhead.
Well, I didn't pick. I told him to pick.
Was it a cool story for Arsenal, or has reality finally hit home?
I mean, I think I told... I don't know. I don't even know what I said anymore.
Is it all blurred?
I don't know what I said anymore. But look, I started to make peace that second place could be a reality after the Anfield game, I'll be honest. Not because like I feel that we are pompous and arrogant enough that we should be beating Liverpool at Anfield, but just that you got yourself to a position where you're 2-0 up.
Yeah.
And I don't care what team you are. You could be, whatever team you are, if you're 2-0 up, there needs to be measures put in place, some sort of game management to see you across the line. Maybe seeing you across the line is getting a point at Anfield, because that's not something that we typically even get at Anfield. So let's say I was going to forgive that. West Ham and Southampton, unforgivable. So at that point, I started obviously making peace with what could be our new reality. But obviously, I had the hope, being an Arsenal fan, seeing Arsenal. Seeing the fight that Arsenal have exhibited in all throughout the season. I think about the Bournemouth game. I think about the Villa game. But Thierry Henry said something.
Villa?
The Villa game, remember?
Oh, yeah, when they went up.
Yeah.
We won that game, though.
Yeah, we won the game. But if you think about it, it's just like, obviously, we were behind for a bit. And
That's
then
true.
obviously to come back the way that we did. It was exhilarating. You remember Jorginho's goal, and it came off Martinez, the back of his head and stuff like that. So it's just like, I'm thinking, I've seen so much with Arsenal, like anything can happen. Like we're 3-1 down at Southampton, and I'm thinking you guys have completely shit the bed. And then next minute I know we're 3-3 with 8 minutes injury time to go. It's just crazy. You're just thinking something. This might be the kind of season that we are top of the league for the majority of it, but we actually see it across the line. I just had a little bit of hope, but as per usual, we go to the Etihad in the Prem, and Man City do what they do to Arsenal. And that's one thing I do know that I've said on this podcast is you don't give Man City any unnecessary confidence. There was a point in this season where Pep was losing it. They're being investigated for financial fair play.
I think all that feels like a lifetime ago, bro.
Of course, but at that time I realised how important it was, and we've drawn Manchester City in the FA Cup. It's the first time 2 Titans this season are going to lock horns, and with no reason to do it, in my opinion. You've gone weak, and you've given a good account of yourselves, Arsenal and Arteta, but you've lost a game that you could have potentially won, where City looked vulnerable, and that personally, in my opinion, would have just held us in good stead for the rest of the season. I was told at that point that don't watch that result because we're going to play them at the Emirates, and that's when we're going to show what's going on. Obviously, I was at the Chris Brown concert, but I actually made sure that I watched at least the first half, and we know how that game went.
What was the sort of half time in that game?
At half time, I think it may have been 1-1. I think Saka got the penalty. And I think it was 1-1. And then, second half came through. And then, like as much as they would acknowledge it was one of their toughest games, or so they say, they beat us 3-1. So going to the Etihad, looking at the record, I had hope, but that hope was just a fan. Like, like when you're a football fan and you hope for something, it's like when you're a child and you've got a best friend and their parents are well to do, and you're still kind of in the hood, so your best friend is saying what they're going to get for Christmas, and you're going to get nothing of the sort, but you're just hopeful that if you ask for the same thing that your best friend asked for, you might get it as well.
Yeah. But what I would say is that you guys started with intent, though, because you were pressing well.
In what game? The game just gone?
Yeah, no. The way you guys started, look, if you think about it, you were actually trying to push onto them so they could play quick football. But then you was outdone by like a route one, if you ask me.
That's why you have to. That's why it depends on what perspective, what lens you're looking at it from. Started well would mean that press was going to work, but I think Pep gave clues, to be honest, that he was going to go long. In like, I don't know if you guys like watch like the YouTube channels like Haters, as in HA, not like Haters, HAYTERS, not to plug another platform too tough, but that's what I was watching. And obviously Sky Sports, your Talk Sports, all these people that cover the press conferences. Pep kind of gave hints that he's happy to kind of soak up pressure, go long, get balls in behind Paul's for Haaland, and that's what he done. Like
he did that in the FA Cup as well, right? Because when Holding and Haaland were battling, went it from ball straight from Ederson towards Haaland.
Yeah, essentially. But this time, I think he
was
made it
pinning them pretty well.
Yeah, but he made it quite obvious that that was that was what he was going to do, and immediately that's what happened. So when you say pressed well, I think like Arsenal can press, but the moment we tried to press, Ederson puts one long ball up. Haaland basically holding off like he's a baby.
Yeah.
And then he plays in KDB. KDB doesn't even have to do that much. Just one change of pace. He takes out 3 of our defenders and then slots it. And sorry, Ramsdale, you should have done better.
Yeah, I thought that was soft.
Should have done better for that goal, man.
I think so.
So like it was just like, wow, like you're again, like so early into the game, you're 1-0 down, but this time it's not fucking Southampton, it's fucking Manchester City, bro.
Yeah.
It was a long game from that. 2-0 down. A lot of Arsenal fans I know, they really started. They got on with the rest of their evening.
Yeah, but I was like that.
Yeah,
I think it was in the pub. When Stone scored the header, I was ready to just leave, innit?
Yeah.
And then
Why?
Because Jules, I've been there so many times. Yeah.
When you say there, what do you mean by there?
Down 2-0. And I've seen the first half performance. Not even that it's 2-0.
It was the performance.
It's the performance that I can see, and I'm like, nah, I know how this game ends.
Yeah.
And like I said, we've done the same thing or similar things against Southampton. But I think it was 2-0 down in that game as well. And because it was Southampton, we was able to pull it back.
Yeah.
But this is City, and the way that they was locking off Saka and Martinelli, I knew we've got nothing in this game. We've got nothing on these guys.
How did they lock off Saka and Martinelli? Because
he deployed Walker back. He just said to Walker, he said, "Yo, you sit on Martinelli. Martinelli loves the transitions. Whatnot. Just sit on that."
Isn't that like what you expect from two of your successful wingers? Because when Liverpool, for example, people used to always try and sit on Mane, and we saw at the start of the season, they put Man United put Tyrell Malacia and Salah, and he was at the game. I think Everton done the same thing with who's the young left back that plays for the Ukrainian one that plays for Everton. But he literally shackled Salah in one game as well. So like, isn't that something you expect to happen?
I think you do expect it, but you know what?
You think they can break free most times?
I think with Walker and Martinelli, Walker's obviously a very experienced player.
Was he meant to start? Was he meant to start?
I think he was meant to start.
Or was that just injury?
No, I don't think it was injury. I think what
was that just the plan?
Martinelli's key strength is his pace, and Walker's got the pace, and he's got the strength.
Yeah,
and he's good on the ball as well. And I think just that alone for Martinelli was enough.
So is Martinelli a good player then?
No, come on, man.
I'm just asking because obviously,
of course he is. But if someone is a tactical genius and able to limit your strengths, you just have to give that tactician their flowers.
Just like if Martinelli comes up against another good right back and it's not tactical, are you expecting Martinelli to have a good performance, or is it like once he's nullified by pace and strength, he's out of the game?
What you got to understand is if it's just him going up with someone that is like for like with him, you're going to get a good battle. But it's not just that. He's being nullified, and then even if he tries to switch it to the other side to get some assistance, Akanji's got Saka locked down. You get what I'm saying?
It was with Grealish as well. So on that side, they was doubling up on him. Definitely, like Akanji, obviously strong and fast as well.
Yeah,
slow Saka down a lot, but that allowed Grealish to get back into the game.
And I think they're playing with 2 6s as well. So
Gundo and Rodri.
Yeah, come on, man.
It was a whole.
I don't know, like because I feel like even though this game he probably said tactically, that I want you to do this, and gave probably a bit more instruction. I don't think the shape was too crazy from Man City in terms of that's what you would expect though, coming up against a team who Arsenal play possession football.
Yeah.
The formation that Man City came, like for example, somebody's saying this is something that Tony Pulis has been utilising from day one. So I don't know if
but with better players from.
Yeah. So I don't think it's necessarily tactical genius. I think it's
I don't think so. That's what I was saying, because the press was good, but then that one long ball has taken them out. Holdings let Kevin De Bruyne actually do so much.
We played Sunday League football. How many times as Belmont have we been playing like decent ball, popping it around?
Yeah,
and then we've come against one of these teams and they just do route one.
Yeah,
and then we get kind of usurped by that as well.
It wasn't just route one.
It wasn't. It was route one on the flick, and it was a brilliance by KDB to get from where he received the ball to thingy.
It wasn't even just that, Jules. It's that the way they sucked us in, because obviously we're always gonna press.
Yeah,
they will just ping it around us. We're pressing hard, and then the ball goes long to Haaland. Who's got just Holding and Gabriel behind him.
But that 2-on-1, it should be enough.
Wow,
Gabriel's
eating the grass constantly. Do
you know why it should be enough? Because obviously I'm not
against good players, Jules. Not to say Holding's not good. He's not good enough.
Okay.
At the moment,
because I do concede that I think it would have gone slightly different. I'm not saying you lot would have won, but I think it would have gone slightly different with Saliba was playing.
Yeah, probably a little bit different. Like, he's a bit stronger. Bit faster.
Yeah.
Even Saliba would have struggled a little bit.
Who did West Ham play this weekend?
West Ham played. I watched it. I watched it on Sunday. Yeah, Palace.
Yeah,
because I saw a tweet saying that hold on, what? Palace beat West Ham without Saliba.
That doesn't mean nothing though, man. Because remember, Real Madrid. You think Real Madrid could batter? Arsenal would beat Real Madrid, but Real Madrid would beat Liverpool.
What I mean is, we can't keep blaming the Saliba thing, bro.
You shouldn't.
We're good enough.
No, you're right.
We're good enough to.
No. I don't know, because
it changes things.
Because you remember we were having the conversation about goals coming from one player and goals coming from a whole team.
Yeah,
you've literally got a one team goal machine versus you probably your worst defender in the team. Mm-hmm. When you throw that coin flip 10 times, 9 times out of 10 it's going to go one way.
So Arteta probably, I mean, obviously hindsight gives you the vision of 2020, but you could have probably shored up your defence a little bit and made arrangements
like a double pivot or something.
Yeah, you could have a double, or you could even do the 3 at the back. You could have 3 at the back. You could maybe play rather than playing Zini left back, play him where he plays for Ukraine. Put Tierney left back. Just give them something different to think about. You know,
but if you think about the last good performances from Arsenal versus Man City, you lot played well by going on the front foot and having most of the ball.
Yeah,
played well, but then what was the result?
It wasn't a thingy result, but I don't think you guys would have had a better outcome if you went to a more a formation where you shore up your defence.
So you don't think, that showing up your defence, and Arsenal's quality, showing up your defence, and just making it difficult for City to transition, making it difficult for City to hit.
Basically, you lot batting down the hatches and that, just
and then maybe deploying, let's say, a Trossard, Saka, and Martinelli to just hit you on the counter on the off chance that if you don't get the draw, nick a win for me. You don't tell me. You don't think Arsenal can do that?
No, do you know why? Because obviously City came in with a game plan.
Yeah, but if Arsenal had a game plan also to counter that, I think Arsenal could execute that.
Why would Arsenal create a game plan to counter something that they don't expect from City?
No, why wouldn't you expect that? Why wouldn't you expect that?
Why wouldn't you expect Man City to change the way they play?
Yeah,
I wouldn't.
But
did you expect that when you came into the game?
They've shown that they're prepared to change the way they play already.
But
at Emirates, they changed the way they played.
I know, but in terms of not in this style where they're happy to let you just have the ball.
But they've already proven they're prepared to do that.
Yeah.
They've beat us 3-1 doing that.
Mm-hmm.
So he's already shown you what he's not arrogant enough to think that I have to play this way to show that I'm superior to you. He's prepared to just win the game and win the Premier League.
Okay, sorry, and one more thing on top of that. Obviously, Arteta's been playing successfully for the whole season in a certain type of way.
Yeah.
And Pep's had, 5 years to tinker and try different stuff. So I think when it comes to you guys deciding maybe a week before or whatever on a training ground, you're going to train a new system to play against, I think Pep's always going to win that battle only because he's tried so much different
But if
systems.
anyone should be trying stuff against Man City and should know their vulnerabilities, it's fucking Mikel Arteta.
Not in his first season going for the title though. I think everything he's learned.
But remember, he's been with the club, so he knows what they're good at. He knows what they're not good at. If anything, he should have an advantage.
Yeah.
But since this guy's been at the club, bro, he's been getting fucking spanked,
but the
bro.
difference
It changes, man.
I'm not going to look at this season's results and compare it to previous seasons. Like this season to me is isolated. Like previous results against Man City are pre-results. We were trash, and we got beat convincingly.
We were trash the other day.
Yeah, we were trash the other day, but the City this year is different. Like, I think if we going up against Man City of last season, as we are this season, I think we'd win them games. I think the difference.
I don't know, you know.
I think so.
I don't think so.
I think the difference this season is literally that one player in Haaland. Like he's an animal.
But when you say Arsenal were trash, though, but when you think about it, that was one long ball.
They were trash
forward. No, listen. There was one long ball forward, right?
It wasn't.
And then your second goal that you conceded was again from a free kick that then Stone scored a header. So
they were trash.
There were 2 goals that, in my mind,
What about the
Arsenal
third
should have
goal?
should have.
What about the third
Yeah,
goal?
but
What about the fourth
I know, but you can talk about those. But you
It's a
set
different
precedent
game,
with the first 2 goals.
We should have been 8-1 down.
Yeah,
Haaland was having an off
No,
game.
second half you were peppered, but I'm saying those
Bro,
2 goals
even the first
set
half.
precedent.
First half they were peppered as well.
I think
We were peppered in the first half, bro.
Yeah.
I was thinking, oh my God, if we go into this 1-0 down, we might win this game because we have no right to be 1-0 down. And then
1-0. I was like, I would take one.
100%.
At 30
Yeah.
minutes, I was like, I'll take 1-0 down.
But I think it
Just
was
get in
more
the-
kind of
get-
like
get in the locker room.
the aura on the pitch. Like the players looked quite defeated.
Because I think they could tell, bruv, what we're doing is not going to work.
It's going to be
against us.
futile,
It's gonna
isn't it?
be
Because
long.
they were popping it around you. So
And for, all this talk about Man City's atmosphere is dead, bro. They look like the atmosphere was fucking vibrant, bro.
What, in the stadium?
Yeah, bro.
I think only because it's a big game. They say that because it's like normal games, like on average, it's not a great atmosphere. But this is a huge game. It's the biggest game of the season.
Well, boy, only one team looked like it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Experience showing through.
I was disappointed with the performance. Not even the result. Like the result is one thing. I don't like. I'm not going to sit here and say, yeah, we lost the league against Man City. Obviously, we drew the 3 games prior to that. We should have won them, or we're in positions to win all 3 of them. Should have got the 3 points. In each
So
of them
what are
games.
you saying though? You saying that you guys should have just, in theory, maybe look back and gone, maybe if we want to get anything out of this game is to change up our tactics, not use that pressure game. Let's try soak it up and then hit them on the counter.
My thing is the worst thing that can happen is you lose, and that was the same at the Emirates. So at some point, I'm just thinking, when do you think, all right, just go out there and don't lose and see if you can nick a win? That's all I'm wondering.
Quick question: if he did change it up and you look got battered, what would you be thinking?
I'll be like, you know what? I understand why you tried to change it up because
You had to.
This doesn't sound.
I'm
you
not-
might say this, but it doesn't sound like
you know what?
an Arsenal fan.
You know what? Before the game, I said to myself, I actually said, I'm going to be completely honest. The morning of the game, after that, you know what? I'm hearing the 3 at the back. I'm hearing, okay, let's maybe try and shore it up. I'm hearing, okay, this Holding guy. Like, as much as I think Holding hasn't been terrible, I can see the drop off in quality with Holding in the back line. So maybe let's try and compensate for that. But then I also thought to myself, and this is just me as a fan, I thought, but we've been doing so well, just going toe to toe, playing football, etc. I thought, maybe we can do it. And I actually fancy.
What time was you thinking that?
This was in the morning of the same day.
Because at
Wednesday.
3:12, you said tonight we silence our haters, my bro, and then put Black Power Fist.
Yeah, so that goes in hand with, you know what I mean? If we play our game, whatnot.
Yeah.
I know you thought you did something there.
I'm just saying you're a consistent ass nigga. if we take anything from this,
I don't know. I thought Saka and Martinelli. Look, I'll tell you this is how confident I was. I played FPL, when everybody made Haaland their captain and was bringing in KDB into their team. I made Saka my captain and Martinelli was it. Bro, I had the lowest point tally I've had the whole season because I trusted Arsenal Football Club.
I think them had between them like one shot
Bro,
between all 3 of them.
and then I see Martinelli getting subbed. I was thinking, bloody hell. And John Boy, let me ask you, Trossard.
Yeah, I was gonna. Before you asked John, I was gonna say, obviously, according to the 11 that he put out on the pitch,
Yeah.
what would you guys have changed? Obviously, Trossard being on the bench as well.
I think Trossard had to be on the pitch.
Yeah, for me, like
over who?
Martinelli or Jesus gets dropped.
Not Martinelli, Jesus. And you know what? I know, like, obviously, Jesus is everybody's golden boy and what have you not. But I've said from early,
Not mine.
You see, Jesus.
I like him.
I do too.
Why-
But I like him for what he is.
Yeah.
Somebody who is a good team player. He contributes. He's like
He's a good lad.
He even reminds me of
He's a good lad.
little
He's a
bit.
good lad, I think he is.
I tell you what,
That's what you sounds like you're describing, a good lad.
He's good on the press, what have you not. He's good with the ball at his feet and whatnot. He's tenacious. He can score a goal, like maybe 1 every 7 shots, what have you not. But he's not that prolific goal scorer that every top of the table team needs.
I tell you what,
Liverpool's in the fucking mud, and look at Salah's season. Look at Tottenham's in the fucking mud. Look at Kane's season.
And Nunez. He's got more goals.
What we got,
What
we got is in the front 3, or in the 4 wingers. In the 4 attackers we've basically got 4 wingers, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't think Jesus is a striker. He plays there, but I think Martinelli could do it. Saka could do it. Trossard could do it.
I don't think so.
What happened to Jesus?
You'll get the same results.
What happened to Jesus having to earn his way back into the team? He got a couple of goals, and Trossard was player of the month last month.
I don't agree with that at all, and I think that's where the management of Mikel comes in, because he's got to do better than that. Like, you can't just drop someone in.
He's
been
came to the club
3-4
with
seasons.
those kind of like promises.
Jesus, yeah. I think he did. They said it was
Under that guy's in it. So.
Yeah, potentially. But at the same time, now, I mean, there's been another window. You've had a big injury. That promise is still going to be upheld, but we're just saying, get yourself back to the guy that we signed at that point. You're not that guy anymore because you've had an injury and you've had a few games out. You scored a couple of goals, so I get why you might want to start, but then it's in every game that you started, we've not won.
Trossard's been the guy. For me, after the month Trossard had, where he got 3 assists in 1 game against Fulham.
Yeah, I think he got 6 assists in that little period.
Don't drop him. Just keep playing.
Didn't he win an accolade, a player of the month or something like that, since he went to Arsenal? He came onto the pitch and got an assist for holding immediately.
Yeah, I would never have dropped him.
Yeah.
Okay, so is Arteta to blame for this result?
Is
it a player thing or is it an Arteta thing?
It's an Arteta thing.
I think that
it's an Arteta thing.
I mean, you know where I stand.
I know, and you know me as well.
Yeah,
I will back Arteta.
Yeah,
but in this game, I look at Arteta and say, you should have done more.
Yeah,
than what you've done.
And I just want to see what he does at the end of the season, because I could still be FaceTiming you from the parade, but it's going to rely on some Man City blips. Listen, Man City nearly had a blip this weekend. Let's not go on like that.
Listen, guys, it could happen. It's unlikely, but
it's not.
But the advantage is with them now, right?
Oh yeah, of course, bro.
Ooh, you nearly fell on the floor, John.
You know when a cramp comes through you.
Oh, cramp. But obviously, as I think I'm speaking on behalf of Dre, saying how sweet it was to witness that game.
Why?
Because
United fan.
Why are you saying it on behalf of
Liverpool?
Why are you saying it on behalf of Dre, man?
Dre, what do you think?
Like I said, I personally think
he doesn't want Man City to win the league.
He said okay.
He wants Arsenal to win.
No, the thing is,
he doesn't want Arsenal to win, but he prefer Arsenal to win.
Yeah,
okay, but my point was how sweet it was to watch.
But why is that sweet?
No, it was a crap game of football from Arsenal. That's what I thought.
No, I think I think like I was saying in the group, we've waxed lyrical about Arsenal. A lot of things in the game and a lot of things that have been pointed out all season where people have kind of told me to shut up.
Yeah,
like Gabby Jesus. Last couple of games he's been playing right back and then pops up front maybe once in a while to miss a shot.
I don't know why he keeps on playing so deep. I think someone said to me they think that Arteta is advising him to do
it can't be. I don't think it is still, man. He just likes to get busy.
He wants to get busy on the ball.
You say the same thing about Kane though, innit? You don't think it's instructed by Southgate for his drop deep?
No. So I don't think at Tottenham, I don't think Kane's been instructed. I think Kane does what he wants. I think
England.
Gabriel, England and Tottenham. I think Gabby Jesus has come from Man City and fancies himself over everybody else there. So he thinks that I'm the most tenacious person. I'm probably the best, most skilled dribbler on the team in his opinion. And thinks if I'm going to go back there, get the ball and do what I'm going to do that because I'm coming from Man City.
So
and I think Zinchenko...
What point do you say that you're killing us, mate? And if you do that again, I'm dragging you off the field.
Straight from the off, because that means that you're not utilising systems at your club and it means that people are coming in to do individual stuff. But when you're kind of basing it off of a system, if you're not fulfilling the part that you're supposed to fulfill, you need to be moved out. And Nketiah showed he's capable of doing that. I think he just got a bit complacent when he knew there wasn't anybody else to drop him from the squad for.
Arsenal looked the best in that game, and Nketiah and Reece Nelson came on the pitch.
Yeah. Young, hungry guys, isn't it, man? But I think, again, these are players that need to be managed a bit better in terms of their game time.
Yeah, I think when they came on, it was something different that Pep hadn't accounted for.
Yeah.
So it was like, because Arteta is very predictable. The starting 11 is the starting 11, isn't it? Like if it's fit, you know who's playing.
It's a limit. It's a limited squad, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's the same as Leicester's starting 11 when they won the league. Like you have to keep on riding it as much.
Whose fault is that? You came back from the World Cup. You had January. Whose fault?
But you know, like for example, the way Leicester won the league with that same team, they got lucky where nobody got injured. That's like a freak thingy, but you kind of need that momentum in your squad. When you buy new players, you kind of got lucky with. You didn't get lucky with Trossard because he's a sick player, but. You could have got somebody who was an unknown quantity and just would have been shit. I'm sure you did. Like I know this Jacob Kiwior has been there for how long has he been there at the club for?
Since January.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you signed him in January.
Yeah, signed him in January.
But this is it. Like our centre back drop off is.
I thought he came from an academy or something.
Is appalling. It's appalling still. So we should have looked into that a lot better. And ultimately, if we now don't win the league, a lot of people are going to be like injuries cost you. Your centre back thing was an issue.
Injuries do cost us.
Yeah, but that's the same story every bloody season.
No, but
every bloody club, mate.
Yeah, no. What I will say to that is
this season's a bit different though.
I think injuries have cost us, but one particular injury, obviously Saliba. I think Mikel's shown
what about
that.
Tomiyasu?
And Tomiyasu maybe. Yeah.
Do you know why it's different?
But I think Mikel's so Jordan. I think Mikel has shown that even with injuries, if they're not like defensive injuries, he's been able to deal with them quite well. JD's been out. And Nketiah has been out. We've had games without Martinelli. He's dealt with them quite well.
That's because he's had like people that he can bring in. Like
not really. Like when Jason got injured, everyone said, "Oh, you got Martinelli, you got Nketiah." He wasn't like the guy that's.
He started scoring though.
Yeah, he started scoring exactly, bro. Like no one rated him though.
No.
And the same with the back line. You've got Saliba goes out, bro. You're bringing in Holding, but Holding's not. Doesn't fit the system at all, and it's hard to play out from the back like we do. If you haven't got someone that can do it, it disrupts the whole system.
Well,
I bet he feels vindicated now that Holding scored as well.
No, you won't. What I'll say is different though about this compared to other people who go for title runs and get injuries is that, and they go out and buy players and thingy. You guys didn't really anticipate kind of like really going for the title, and I think even in January. When there's at the title, I don't know how much.
I think you have to anticipate it at that point. If you don't, then that's an issue with the club.
No, because you have to remember though,
position.
like what your goals are, and we said that to you last season before when you didn't make Champions League. It's like, what do you think the goals were at the start of the season?
Yeah,
and if you've knocked them out of the park, you can't then necessarily change your whole club's direction because there's an off chance of winning the season. Because
can't you?
Because look at Leicester now.
Why can't you?
Because look at Leicester now.
That's true.
I've heard people say that. And I'm like, I personally would, yeah.
No, but you would because obviously you're a fan. But if you're a board and you've got a direction and a vision and you're financially tied into this, it's a completely different discussion.
So what you can have a business, and you forecasted that you was going to make $1 million at the end of the 12-month cycle. 3 months in, you've made 750k.
Yeah,
you're still trying to make that meal, or you're not thinking, all right,
I'm a gambler, so I'll probably go for that. I'll go for it. But then there are people, you have to respect, there's probably people who are like, you know what, I don't think this is going to be good for the company in the long run.
Yeah.
And that's also a stance, in it. But me personally, as somebody who will go for it, I'd rather go for broke than not go for it at all.
Well,
it depends what your goals are, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think they're looking at steady growth rather than rapid improvement.
And then rapid decline.
Yeah, rapid decline.
Well, if we look at Arsenal's next 2 games, so you got Chelsea at home, which is tomorrow, and then you got Newcastle away.
Tomorrow.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it should be a win against Chelsea, but I mean Chelsea.
I've seen.
Chelsea's lost so consistently.
That you should be smooth.
They're
due a win.
Yeah, they're due a win.
Nah, Dre, bruv, if you know Arsenal, you know
we revive everyone. Look at West Ham. West Ham all of a sudden.
Look at Everton.
Other than what
I think we revived Chelsea when they came to Anfield as well. Man.
But you really think the Arsenal players are going into Chelsea going like?
No, they're not. I think they won't think anything. But that's the problem is that they think it's a banana.
I think Lampard's drawing up something special for Arteta.
You think?
I think so.
But if it is anything less than a win, I'll be gravely disappointed.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I just want to win the next 5 games. If we win the last, was it 5 games we got left?
Yeah,
I think it's 5. If we win the last 5 games, I'm not even going to knock them. I'm not going to knock them.
Yeah,
that'll be 90 points.
That's fair. And then obviously, Man City played Fulham on Sunday. They beat them 2-1 away. They were at Craven Cottage. So is it just basically Man City, Pep just saying to them, boys, it's up to you? basically.
Well, Man City know what they have to do. Like they literally have to win their games in hand, and then they've realised the advantage. Actually, all they had to do is win their next game.
Well, they've won it.
Yeah, they won it. It was Fulham.
Yeah,
innit?
exactly. Yeah, so
Yeah.
which they've done, and now they're top, but they've still got that advantage. You know what I mean? So
Was it 2 games?
yeah, there's still
One more game.
One game,
One game,
but
yeah,
there's
one game,
2
yeah.
games after tomorrow. But then City play again this week.
Yeah.
So they just win their 2 games in hand, and then they go how many points clear of us?
I think it's
4, I think.
4.
They go 4 clear of us with 2. Yeah. So really and truly, yeah, of course, man. It's advantage City after that win against Fulham. You know what I mean? But I'm very. I still think that City's going to drop some points, man.
Yeah.
I don't think that it's sustainable that they're going to be winning every game. I think that month of May is going to be. I think.
Do you think it's just the volume of games, or
Yeah, it's the volume of games. I do think they've got.
haven't they had that before though?
Mm,
Or is it just because like
they're
it's a
normally-
World Cup year, it's made it a bit nuts?
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Because I think even like we've got finals of competitions in June and stuff where normally the season's done.
Yeah.
Right then, so I think that month of May is going to be very taxing on them, and they've got some tough teams.
Hold on, we're in May now.
Yeah,
And
so
they've still got 6 Prem games.
they're
Like, at least 5 games in the
FA Cup final.
At least
and
3 games in the
Yeah, so
Champions
Man
League.
City
They've got basically 10 games.
Man
three
City
games,
got
yeah.
West Ham, then they got Leeds, then they got Real Madrid in the Champions League.
10 games in May, fam.
Then they got Everton. Then they got Real Madrid again.
In June.
Then Chelsea. then
June.
Brighton. Then Brentford. Then Man United in the FA Cup. So
yeah, so
It's a tough- it's a tough- it's a
Chelsea,
tough
Brighton,
run.
and Brentford is where they could lose the Prem, in my opinion.
You think?
if they don't drop points to these relegation teams fighting for their life?
Wait, so West Ham sometimes looks like a tough game for Man City as
they're
well.
at home though, Man City.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Any home games I've given Man City.
yeah. So West Ham and Leeds, that's a wrap.
You'll be surprised. Man City's record at Etihad isn't great. It's obviously great because of Man City, but it's not like compared to the other teams and teams that make their home a fortress. It's not really a fortress.
I think they'll do a wrap. I mean, they've got 2 squads. No, not 2 squads. They've got 2 starting 11s. And I think the rotations that they've got is...
It's amazing.
They can afford to play a second string 11 in the Prem, then go play a first...
Well,
first
Alvarez
11 in
played in it against Fulham.
Yeah.
You know, and then scored a banger there. So I don't know. It's weird. It's like I almost never expect to see him play, and then when he does play, he kind of pops up with a goal.
Yeah,
so,
I always think he ain't played in like 5 games, man. He's going to be rusty.
yeah.
And then...
But then that's what I'm saying about this whole squad thing. Feel like, you know, if someone's not on form like in their team, they just bring on someone from the bench or from the squad. They bring them in.
Yeah.
It's like, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's like most teams in the Prem, I think they kind of envy Man City mainly on just their squad.
Yeah, of course. It's all about the squad. Like, I don't think... I think starting 11, definitely... No, I don't think it's the best starting 11 in City. But even anyone you bring in is of equal greatness or brilliance
Yeah.
and can have moments of magic that will win you a game or get you a draw or whatever it is you need to do. They'll get it done. So that's where Arsenal fell off. We don't have that. Like, you look at...
You can't have that though. You just got a new manager. You don't have the squad there.
and that's
and he hasn't even had enough time to create the kind of systems or structure at the club.
And that's it. So like, I look at it like I said, Pep, you know, until he got Haaland, he really had not one way of playing, but he had his one style of play was.
Yeah, then he used to just like kind of tinker people's positions and stuff.
But now he's got Haaland. It's like, bruv, if you want, I'll pass it around you. And if you want, I'll go long. And both of them are viable options, and both of them will work.
We'll see, because I think it's difficult to switch from one style to another effectively.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like, for example, if you're playing with Haaland directly, if you're going direct through Haaland, and then maybe it's not working. Let's say you're playing against Chelsea, it's not working. You go into the last 80 minutes, and then you try to switch to a possession-based game.
Yeah.
But
I don't think they ever relinquished the possession-based game. I think the possession is still there, but it's just they'll just what they did against Arsenal, they lured us in and just hit it long.
Yeah, but I think that was against the bad Arsenal. Like if they're doing that against Man United, who sometimes just turn up for the game, or they're doing it against a good Chelsea, or they're doing it against a good Liverpool, That's not going to be enough. So it might be enough. And then sometimes even when you come up against the low blocks of these other teams, it's not enough because there's no space for Haaland to run into.
Yeah.
And then
we've seen what happens to Haaland when he doesn't get that space.
Yeah. I mean,
and they don't provide the.
Don't get me wrong.
ball
Like most of the times in the Premier League, he's made that.
Yeah,
space,
of course.
There's some games where you need a lock picker and it's not going to work in the game. So
do you almost have to tell a player to man mark Haaland? Back in the day with Alex.
That won't work.
He's too good.
It won't work because only certain players can man mark him, and I think two of the players I've pegged is Van Dijk, because Van Dijk always like some manages to kind of like eat him up, except for the last game. But Saliba as well. Like for some reason, when I first saw Saliba play, I thought this is somebody who can put Haaland down. Upamecano is definitely not that guy.
Cool, that's fair. Cool. So after Man City's win against Fulham, that takes them
top of the league.
Jeez, never thought I'd say that.
Man, I saw the thing that said Arsenal's been top 247 days.
Yeah, let's not look at that mad stat, bro.
And they've been top like for
14 days.
Yeah,
bro. Right? They can borrow the top position for a little while. Why not?
Yeah, Arsenal's like it's like it's both of us, but we just keep it at my house.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the next game anyway. It was on Wednesday as well. It was West Ham 1, Liverpool 2.
Come on!
Matip head Klopp side to victory. You guys move up to 6th in the Premier League then on that Wednesday. I think the big talking point has to be the Thiago, the late handball scare, Joey, or...
I'll be honest with you, like...
I didn't see it.
No, I just don't remember it, bro. I don't remember it.
Is that because you don't want to remember it?
No, that game was like a lifetime away. We went there.
You're saying you aged a hell of a long time.
Yeah, bro, man. Like we got the 3 points. That's all that matters. I think what also matters is Klopp kind of like getting second wind out some of the players. Like Curtis Jones has been amazing since coming back from injury, and that's something.
Is he showing that he could potentially be a permanent fixture in the team? Is he showing that he could be useful?
He's shown. I think from his debut, he showed that he's a potential player, and his ball retention, something that we've spoken about regarding Gabby Jesus. His ball retention is top tier as well. I think his lack of directness sometimes affects me, but in his recent games, he's been very direct.
Yeah,
he's been carrying the ball well and like playing some good passes, getting on the end of good balls as well, attacking wise. So I feel like there is potential there, but it's not something that Klopp should 100% rely on, because for me, if you've been given 2-3 seasons or 2 seasons in his case, and you've been injured for a majority of the games, or you haven't really achieved the potential that people thought you had, then there's going to be a reason to question you. So like me seeing this kind of late surge or improvement in his performances wouldn't be enough for me to say, you know what, the 3 midfielders I wanted to sign, I'm only going to sign 2. I don't think that's enough yet. If anything, he needs to be challenged, or go out on loan. Happy to see, just happy to be collecting the 3 points, because I think we spoke about that game last week. I said we'd win it, but I'd expect
a win or draw.
I'd expect something from West Ham, and West Ham did give us.
They play. I thought both teams played good football. That was a good game to watch.
That goal they scored was a class goal, so they definitely gave a decent representation of themselves, and. West Ham in a similar position to us again. Like I said last week, they've been shit all season and underachieving. But and
then they also had that offside goal, West Ham, which was unlucky, the Bowen one.
Yeah.
So they did give you a good go in my mind.
Definitely, man. And we showed our defensive frailties again. So there's kind of like this conversation whether it's our midfield that's causing the defensive issues, or whether it's our defenders. It's got to be a combination of both, man. Because I think Virgil van Dijk has just been uncharacteristically rubbish this season. So it's just interesting to see. But the game on Sunday as well, like that was a decent performance. Yeah, we came out, but then again.
Hold on, but obviously you segued onto the next game. Who did you play on Sunday?
Spurs,
yeah.
I didn't catch the game because I was obviously
to watch it. So it is a frustrating game, man. We went 3-0 up in 15 minutes or whatever, and then obviously
it was looking like another
They were in the M1.
massacre.
They were in the M1 straight away. bro.
How's Van Dijk? How's Van Dijk? Is he all right?
No, he's very still in
His
the
ankles.
nether realm.
It's
in the
like they
shadow
got
realm.
chopped, bro.
Got sent to the shadow realm and where he shall spend the rest of his days.
Perisic?
It was Perisic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw one tweet saying that like he had to leave with something.
Yeah, no, it was rude.
Is it something like yo?
You know, it's the maddest thing. I don't think the chop was that good. Like,
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't.
It was a slip, but
Oh my god!
it was very
Virgil.
it was very easy to anticipate, bro.
Yeah.
Man. Like there was only one way this guy was gonna go in it, man.
Yeah.
So he chopped the hell out of him, man. It was
Yeah.
a good ball, good finish as well, man. But again, it's just like we've gone back to that no structure football where
Yeah.
I'm looking
we're
at
good
you.
on the attack, we're terrible on the defense, and players who were great at the start of the season or great last season just looking garbage again, man. Like Konate making some uncharacteristic mistakes, or some people call them characteristic
Yeah.
because he's an African centre back.
Yeah.
No,
So-
only one person.
Yeah, only one person.
I think, yeah, looking at your results last like 5 games, you can see them a lot of goals.
Yeah.
And it's like tennis kind of matches. that
Yeah,
we're having.
definitely.
Yeah, we've definitely gone for a shootout.
Yeah, and it's like, that's not the Liverpool that.
Nah.
Not-
Especially when you were
Of
like,
late, not of late anyway.
yeah,
Liverpool
beating
of late is
Tottenham
not.
kind of comfortably, right?
Yeah.
3-0 up.
Yeah.
To see 3 goals.
But
Yeah.
again, I think it's a bit of a sign now. Like when you go up very quickly,
Yeah, you can easily
we've done that a
lose
few
your train
times
of
this
thought.
season.
Yeah, I
Arsenal
agree.
have done it
Yeah.
a couple of times. Yeah, I think it just fucks with your mentality. And
This is easy.
We're not the same team we were 2 seasons ago or last season even, for us to be doing that and taking our minds off of it. So that must have frustrated Klopp massively to the point where he got a cramp.
How did you feel at 3-3?
At 3-3,
Did you turn off on that? You thought
no,
there was another one in it?
I don't turn off on football because when, like I'm saying, we watch Real Madrid game, they turn over Liverpool as well. This is football, bro. Man.
Yeah.
Like, I come in to watch football, bro. If we lose, we lose. Like I didn't hype Liverpool up before that game.
Yeah.
Like Arsenal fans hyped up Arsenal. So the fall from grace is
And
just off the
and
first
obviously
step.
before-
Arsenal fans ain't.
No, some of them are falling off of cloud 9, Dre.
No,
Yeah.
Arsenal
Right now, I'm
Yeah.
just falling off the first step of my stairs, bro,
No,
because I
no,
didn't really
Arsenal
hype
fans.
us.
Bro, you're lapping it up. You won the last 4. Why
Come on,
not?
man.
And you just
Come
take
on,
the
man.
wins, innit?
Yeah, bro.
Are you forgetting this guy was talking about finishing top 4? This is Liverpool, bro. Come on, don't buy.
No, that was just 7-0. You're talking about the 7-0 champ. The 7-0 champ, that's me.
Is that the only? That's what.
That's the only accolade they've got.
Come on.
The only
That's fine.
accolade.
But no,
What
no. but-
accolade you got, bro?
No, I think he's right.
Being
you
the
know.
best loser?
Yeah.
Stripes is right, bro. Because after the 7-0, you were saying
7-0
we're back.
champ.
No, we're back.
I never
Yeah,
said
we're back. We're
Bro,
back.
You said we're back.
Receipts.
Oh, but
Receipts, bro.
Pull it up. Pull it
I
up.
never had.
Yeah, bro.
Did I say we're back?
You definitely said you're back, bro. And you
Okay,
said you
okay, go on.
apologize. You said you apologize.
No, I said the 7-0 champ apologized to fucking nobody.
Yeah,
That's
bro.
what I said. I never said we're back. I never said we're back because I never believed
But
we were back.
you always supported Liverpool to finish in the top 4. You thought that you had enough about you.
No, I think Liverpool have the experience the same way I always said Man City have to be the favourites because they have the experience of seeing it in. Remember that argument?
Are you gonna say?
Remember that argument we had?
Are you
And
gonna
I was
say
right
it?
about that now.
No, not really. How can you be right about
City's not
that?
over,
City's doing what City are doing and making a title.
All right, let's not
race,
touch on City. What?
Yeah, no, I think
Yeah, they're making it.
to round that off, I
Yeah.
think they're just doing what their experience says that they're capable of doing.
Who's
And
that,
you lot are
Liverpool?
both Arsenal and City. They're doing what they're like bottling, winning.
Oh.
Yeah, but
Experience.
we're talking about bottling, but funny enough, that's the game that we're talking about right now. How can you bottle a 3-goal lead?
We won. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
they won, to be fair.
Oh my God, we're having to fun.
But
Strauss, wake up, bro. You won the game, bro.
No, I know you did, but still, you still bottled a 3-goal
Not
lead.
really if we won the league game. What are you talking about?
Bro, so why did you look like you aged so much, bro? Like, and it's only
Aged?
been a few days, bro.
What are you talking about, bro?
Bro, a minute ago, you couldn't even talk about the West Ham game, bro. You're like, oh, you can't even remember what happened in that game.
I've been
bruv.
blazing since fucking Friday, bro. Like, what are you talking about, bro? I've been enjoying myself, bro. I've been enjoying
Alright,
myself.
So what, now you're up to 5th. What you saying? Are you going to finish top 4?
I think, is it 9 points?
You ain't finishing.
9
It's not 9 points.
You ain't finishing top 4 because there's games in hand for
We
United.
might
Yeah,
not, bro,
there is.
man. But like I'm saying, the full from grace isn't all that because I've been saying we're shit all season, bro, man.
to be honest, I'll be happy if Liverpool played Europa. I would be happy.
I think that would be for our rivals. That would be the best thing
Yeah,
because
I'd be
that
happy.
you guys can relate to this, like flying to fucking Azkaban or whatever.
Yeah, it's mad,
where is
bro.
it? Azerbaijan.
Yeah, on a first,
Azerbaijan
on a
to do a
first day
fucking
night,
final.
bro.
That's
It's a bit
long,
long.
bro.
It's a bit long.
And then playing on Sunday.
Baku.
Yeah.
That's long, yeah, bro.
You're going on like that's a distant memory for you. Not too long ago. That's
That was the norm.
That was the norm for you, bro.
right.
You don't go on like this in Liverpool.
You wasn't even a
ascendancy.
father the last time he was in the Europa, bro. What are you talking about, bro? What are you talking about?
But all I'm saying
Your
is
child's now in sixth form, bro.
But before we come off this game, Jota again.
Okay, so like I'm saying, this guy is he's a better overall player than Rashford.
Is that where we are with this? Is that what Jota means? When you say Jota, it means he's comparing it. You're comparing it to Rashford.
yeah,
But you like know me. I've been saying this for ages, bro. Because I'm thinking, like, obviously, if it was English, how much would Jota cost if it was English, bro? Like,
Yeah.
will we wax lyrical?
Yeah.
The goal that he scored versus Tottenham, picked up the ball, composure, bro. Placement, left foot.
Since he's come back,
the goal he scored against West
tidy.
Ham, 2 touches in the box, off his chest, off his knee, bang. Tidy goals.
How many goals he scored since he's returned back to the team?
He had about 3 or 4 games where he was just like readjusting, but in the last kind of like 3 games, he scored like, I think, he scored about like 4 goals in the last 3 games, I think. So
Yeah, he's definitely in form.
But
What do you make of his claims, Dre, man, about
With Rashford, to be honest, I did agree with him when he said technically, because I do get
technical ability, like actually being like a striker. I think Rashford's an attacker.
Yeah,
And I think he can carry the ball
so do you
better
think,
than Jota.
I think we might have asked
more
already.
skillful as well. Sorry.
We may have asked already, but just to refresh my memory and maybe the listeners. So if Jota's in United's team, is he doing what Rashford's doing?
No, because he wouldn't be in that position.
Yeah,
where
I don't-
Rashford is. I don't think.
I mean, I think he can. I don't think he'll be doing it as much because there wouldn't be more of a necessity for his skill profile. But if we're talking strikers, you need a striker for your World Cup, or you need someone in your front three. I think I'm going to take Jota ahead of Rashford.
Even though you just said you don't think he would do what Rashford's doing at United.
No, but I don't rate United. But like, if we put Rashford and Jota in Man City, I think Jota will be a better player at Man City.
What about if you put Rashford in the Liverpool squad?
No, I think his straight line running would just stifle our team.
Okay.
Like Thiago ain't picking out none of his runs, or even Konate picked out one sick run against him for West Ham, bro, where he just ran through.
I do agree with the technical kind of side comparing.
I'm not saying Rashford's shit.
Nah.
I just think that he hasn't reached the potential that I had for him when he first made his debut against.
But the thing
who
is,
was
I
it?
don't even think
Midtjylland.
Rashford would reach that in kind of technical ability, because I think Rashford plays it a different way.
Yeah, he plays
Do you see
a
what I'm
different way.
saying? So it's weird to kind of compare them because they're always going to be completely
Do
different.
you know why I compare them? Because even though they're different players, they both come off the left most of the time.
Yeah.
They can both play up front.
Yeah, that's
they can
true.
both play anywhere along the front three. They're both decent enough goal
Yeah.
scorers. And I think in that standard, and I think they're a similar age profile as well. Jota
Yeah.
might be a year older. But I think in just those basic things, there's enough to have a comparison, to be fair, for me. And then obviously there's a period where Jota was banging and Rashford was out last season.
Yeah.
That's kind of where the conversation came up from. So I think people kind of like put it down to, is Jota just good because he's in the system or something? There's reason for that, but I think even for Portugal, he's a good player as well. Like, so, I don't know. It's just my opinion, but yeah.
Yeah, no, he's doing well. And
I'm really the smartest nigga anyone knows. So like, what's my opinion worth?
just gone quiet, yeah?
Well, you just gave Striver to do backlash.
No, before you finish this thing with this game, I'll just say, obviously I'll touch on it with the United games coming up next, but Kane is almost a complete striker. Can assist Kane. Yeah, Kane can assist as well as score. I mean, like in terms of
Kane is the second best striker in the league.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's a complete striker.
Yeah. He's amazing.
When you say he's the second best striker in the league, what do you mean? Just central forward?
Yeah.
That's his position. isn't it?
Or do you mean attackers?
It must be just
Not
basing it
attackers.
on numbers, like because you're saying. But I mean,
I think Kane can do it all.
There is a good case to say that he is one of the best or second best striker in the league.
Yeah.
But clearly, you have to be just doing it on numbers because Kane's having a sensational season. Like, he's got 25 goals.
He's just consistent, Dan.
Yeah, he's
like, it's not just
consistent,
this season. He does it every season.
Yeah.
And he's quite unlucky that every time he's having like these crazy breakout seasons, there's someone that's just having a marginally better one. Like I remember when Salah got 32 goals
And he tried
Kane
to do that fake goal where he didn't touch the ball.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, but Kane got
Fake
30
pass.
that season.
Fraud.
Yeah. And what's Haaland on now? Haaland's already on 30 plus.
Yeah, I'm not comparing.
And Kane's on 25.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
not going to
that's
compare.
crazy.
25 Prem goals.
Yeah.
But the thing is, for me, the difference between Haaland and Kane is that Kane, I don't know, he just.
But Kane can
It's
drop deep and do link
that's
up
what I'm
like
saying.
what Jesus keeps on
they're
doing.
assisting
But he
part
can
of his
also
game.
score goals.
Yeah,
and so
that's what I'm saying. He's more complete, like in
I
terms
think
of.
the problem with that though is that with Jesus and Kane, as a manager, I would be pissed if you're doing that, bro.
But
Kane
Kane's
does.
scoring.
Kane does it with purpose, though. Like when he picks up the ball.
But why is it with purpose if I haven't instructed you to do so?
No, because they will like go up the other end and like may most likely score from it because he can almost see the pass or give the right ball to then start the attack, and then he will try and get into the position
what about
to
the other
finish.
times when he's not in position because he's doing
But
that?
then I'd blame it because of Tottenham as well. He's like basically trying to be that other outlet for them too. But
Yes, but
he's got that in his armory. That's what I'm saying. As a striker, he's given more than he really needs
No,
to.
he's definitely capable of playing like centre mid and playing up front. But I think again, it's just the brilliance that we're seeing from Haaland is this guy is like, I'm just Gary goals. I'm only here for goals, man. And then Kane is doing like 3 jobs like a housemate.
Do you think Kane's
that necessary?
because he's in these teams that don't win?
That's what I'm saying.
If Kane was at
That's all it is.
If Kane went to Man United, for instance,
I knew.
No, but for me, if your manager's not instructing you to do so, I think that's a lack of discipline. And I think
From who? Your manager?
From the player. Yeah, because it's like
But
you
Kane-
do your job and you're saying, well, no one else can do it, so I'm going to do it.
yeah, but Kane at Tottenham,
Leave, bro.
Yeah, but
Leave. Nobody asked you
Kane
to
at
stay.
Tottenham, he must have like a free role, bro.
Yeah, of course he has
to have-
because
he has to.
it's a clown team. It's a clown
Yeah,
team, bro.
yeah.
Like, so
That's his fault. That's not his fault.
Yeah.
that is his fault, bro, because it's his fault that he's still there.
Oh, yeah, it's his fault
It's
he's
been a
still
clown
there.
team for a hot minute, bro.
But it's
So
not
if he's still there,
his fault
bro,
that he's the best player of the team. And he can do what he wants.
if you're in a season, if you're in a league, yeah, and then you see Haaland banging goals, you're seeing all these other guys doing bits and getting trophies,
Yeah.
and you say to yourself, I'm going to stay here and I'm also going to drop to play centre mid because no one else in my team is good enough to do that, you're a clown.
But he might
He
just
needs
be
to leave.
he might just be a loser, and I don't mean this to just be like, I'm not trying to just take the piss, but as in, even if you bring Kane into your squad, yeah, or your team, are you bringing in a winner? Because this guy's used to just habitually
Bruv,
performing at
I
a
think-
high level, but always losing, like whether it
think
be
you
with
bring- I think
England
you
or with
bring in a winner.
Tottenham.
I think
But what makes him
in his heart he's a winner.
What makes
Yeah.
him a winner?
Yeah,
Because he bangs goals in every
Yeah,
game.
exactly.
that
he
doesn't
does.
make you a winner, though.
No, but it means
But
that
it
he
means
can
you can win, you can
consistently at a
consistently
certain
contribute,
level, regardless of team.
When there's
he's
no
there.
pressure.
Well, he's done it for England too, so I don't say there's no pressure.
What's he done for England? I'm saying like
what's he won with England?
every time there's pressure and it's a
terms of-
final, or every time it's a big thingy or a great decision to make like leaving Tottenham, he bottles it, bro.
Well, I don't know if he bottled it. I think he was probably like looking at it and going, you know what?
Mate, he bottled it, bro. Him being at Tottenham is for me, that's a bottle job. If we're talking
mean,
about
he
Arsenal,
flopped.
But
if
now
we're
he's-
talking about
now-
Arsenal
now
bottling the
he's- now
league
he's
and
broken the
Liverpool
record.
bottling the league, that's a bottle, bro. Because like
So if he moves in the summer, he still bottled it.
I think so, bro. Because you've just like wasted time there.
Nah,
you know you're wasting
you know
time.
what?
You're dropping back to play centre mid for what, bro?
I think
when you could be
you-
getting
but you gotta-
assisted by
I think
fucking
you'll get a
Modric.
winner. And I look at it like when RVP was at Arsenal. Obviously, he made the move. RVP
Yeah.
said, "I'm done with these, man. I'm making the move."
Yeah.
But prior to him making the move, he hadn't won nothing.
Yeah.
He went United and won the league.
Yeah,
his
first season.
right?
Yeah.
And was top scorer.
Top
of the
scorer,
league.
yeah.
Yeah, that's that.
I
I
think-
think Kane leaves.
It's different, bro.
He wins the Prem.
That RVP
I think-
one is different, bro.
You think?
Yeah, it's definitely different because obviously RVP has come to England as a nobody. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kane is from England, been at Tottenham, been at the academy, whatever, established himself as with the best striker in England, had opportunity to probably go out and market himself to other clubs.
Yeah.
And he's chosen to stay doing what RVP said I'm going to leave and do. So
But
like
did
I'm
he
saying,
choose to stay at Tottenham, or was he forced to stay?
no, bro, he signed the contract.
He got given a
extension.
mega
the
contract.
extension.
After
But
he done the Gary
was it
Neville,
last
remember?
season he went to leave, or the season
2
before?
seasons ago, he had
Yeah.
that interview. I keep on saying it. He had the interview with Gary Neville,
Gary Neville on the golf
saying,
course,
"I
yeah.
want to leave, bro," and he signed the
Yeah.
contract, bro.
Yeah.
He signed the contract. There's no.
But
there's
is he not like pledging his allegiance? Because it was like kind of Tottenham who kind of put their faith into him.
No, bro. He banged goals at Leicester. He banged goals at Millwall, bro. The guy is a good player, bro.
I think you only stay at a club, yeah. If you're the best player at a club,
Yeah.
you stay if they're winning. Yeah, you stay if they're winning. If they're not winning and you're the best player and you've got opportunity to leave, as he does, then you leave.
Yeah.
I don't know any player that's the best player at the club, not winning nothing. Probably the best player in the league at the time,
Steven Gerrard.
Stephen Gerrard.
Yeah.
But Stephen Gerrard was winning though. He won stuff.
He won stuff. Yeah, true.
Like Kane's won nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he has to leave.
He has. Well, I think
If he doesn't leave this season,
I think he will.
he's done.
I think he will.
So the thing about that is that.
do you think he will?
I think he'll go Man United.
No, I don't think he's going to let him go, bro.
Yeah,
'Cause
why
this,
not?
This is the season. I think you were saying it on.
He's got 1 season left.
This is the season where they need him the most, bro, because they've got nothing to build up on.
No, he has. They've
No,
got
but they
enough
have to
scratch.
get rid of him because Levy's going to let him leave for free?
Yeah, why not, bro? How much did they pay for him?
Nothing. But Jules, like,
Yeah, but he's a money man. If he can get at 100 mil, he's going to sell him, isn't he?
do you rebuild? Because Tottenham's not a small job. It's
Yeah,
like an
exactly.
Arsenal job. Do
Yeah.
you rebuild with a 31-year-old?
Not
No.
really.
You can rebuild around a striker that bangs goals, and then you can look for a striker that bangs goals for a whole. You've got a whole from now.
Yeah.
You've got from now to find a striker, 2 strikers even. Man City bought Haaland and Alvarez. You can find 2 strikers here that can bang goals and put the belly on them. But right now, I think them letting go of thingy, they'll be finished. Bro.
I think personally,
They'll be finished
he's
without Kane.
gone. I think he's at
If I
United.
was Spurs, I would rebuild from the
Yeah,
ground
I
up.
thi- I think you-
Remember
go
the last
United.
time they did a rebuild after doing a big sell?
You see the thing with
What
Kane,
happened
yeah?
with them, bro, man?
No,
Like,
you see the
it's
thing
the
with Kane,
recruitment
yeah,
at Tottenham
it's
for sure.
what we discussed just a minute ago is that it's like he's bigger than the club now.
Yeah.
Like, you cannot tell Kane, do not do what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to get rid of him and start again.
No,
Yeah.
I think
So
you
if you
can.
keep Kane,
Do you know
just
why you
expect
can?
more of the same.
Do you know why you can?
Of performance-wise
Yeah.
that you had this season.
And plus,
and
if you get that
preseason.
money in the bank, that's going to help your rebuild anyway. Because Levy's not going to go, oh, yeah, we let him leave for free. But actually, last year we could have sold him for 100 million.
Yeah, but remember what happened the last time they did a rebuild after Bell and Kane and Levy.
Yeah, but Bale left for how much?
Yeah, but then
100 million?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He cashed in. He's all about the cash,
but
bro.
the premise of what they did though, Joey, was kind of right. What they got Lamella, they got Ericsson,
Yeah.
they got,
And that was a different era.
they
They
got
had, he was their manager at the time.
Polino, them times.
Yeah.
I can't remember who else they got. I think there was another. I think they got like 4 players.
No, but listen,
But,
they
then,
got
but,
back- they got
Ericsson
loads of
Ericsson was the only one that kind of done all right. But the premise of what they tried to do is in so high and then basically rebuild their squad.
yeah.
You can't be mad at that. I think
Liverpool done that.
I'm not mad at that, but what I'm saying is that clearly they've not got the personnel at the club to recruit the right players.
Yeah.
So what they should be doing is trying to find those people to come to the club, which is
Yeah.
hard to do, and then have another year, build what you can around a good goal scorer, identify another.
Yeah, but
couple
imagine.
options,
Yeah, I
man.
know you're saying that, but if you put it into perspective, Kane's going to be going like, "This is make or break now. If I don't make the move
It's
now,
not about Kane, bro. Levy's proved that it's not about what Kane wants.
He doesn't.
He's proved
care.
that. He's proved that so many times. So like, I don't think Levy's thinking about that right now.
So
He's
if
thinking
Kane
about-
comes in and goes, "I want to move," he's saying no.
But he doesn't even have to say no, bro. He doesn't have to say anything because that's what happened the last time, and then he signed another contract.
We'll see in the summer. I personally think he's gone.
No, if he can go, he's going to go.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that if Levy wants him to stay there,
Yeah.
be ready to watch him playing for Tottenham next season.
He's 29. Next season starts. He's going to be 30.
Yeah, that's it.
I think, bro, if you don't leave this season,
That's what I'm saying. You're not winning anything for the
Yeah,
rest of your career. And
might,
that's
but
it.
He knows that, but it's whether he can get out of the club basically or not.
but he's got 1 year. So basically, he's got 1 year left. It's basically if you don't sell me this year,
Yeah,
I
I'm
leave
gone.
for free next year.
Yeah.
Take your 50 mil
I
now.
still
and
don't
go.
think that's a big deal. I don't think that's a big because 50 mil for Harry Kane banging 25 goals next season.
Do you know what,
it's
Jules?
worth it.
You know what I'll say? I would say for a team like City, a team that's winning, it's nothing. Daniel Levy with a stadium to pay.
That's what I'm saying.
I
That's what
think
I'm
he
saying.
cashes in.
Yeah,
I honestly think he cashes in, bro.
he's all about the finances. We said it before. He's all about the money.
Because the only reason they kept Harry Kane was because they got the new stadium.
Exactly.
And they didn't want to start from the beginning. For him now, it's like, okay, cool, bro, if you're not doing nothing, you want to go, I'm not going to get nothing for you next season. I'll take my money and I'll invest
Maybe.
it. So
Most likely.
I'm hoping for Harry Kane. I like Harry Kane, so I hope that
He'll go somewhere. If he goes
get out.
United, I think we've
I don't
got
enjoy
what
United,
we need. I think we personally need someone like that now.
I like to see him playing in a decent team.
Yeah.
I think if he goes to United and gives them like 25,
That's what I'm saying. Man United are always short on goals.
you guys would be like title challengers.
for Harry Kane, Rashford, who else?
But he also
Martial.
brings a loser mentality, and
No, I don't bring losing to Man
Also,
United, man.
You have to figure out the player you're bringing in, because if he's coming into this team and then he can't do those things, because sometimes he does that when he's missing in the game. The reason why he drops deep is because he can't get into the game. So how does that affect a Man United team when you've got Bruno, you've got Eriksen?
Yeah, but we got
Casemiro
Weghorst at the moment, bro.
Yeah, and Weghorst, what does he do, bro? He says, "Listen, boys, you lot play your football. I'm going to chase and stay out of the way." So maybe that's that. If you got somebody who's saying, "I want the ball to my feet now, and I want it like this. If I don't get, I'm going to come in and play with you deep." It's a balance thing, isn't it? So obviously you're saying something, but you might gain something.
Well, the thing is, because we're talking about this anyway, the next games were Spurs United, which was a 2-2. And then obviously after that, it was United played Aston Villa at home, which was 1-0. So again, from my perspective, it shows how crap we are, because again, away from home, we can't win. It's always been like a thing. We can't win away from home.
Was that before or after I put that stat in the group that you drew that game against Spurs? Remember I put the stat in?
I think I've said it before.
Yeah,
I think I've said it before. Yeah,
I think
because we've just not won away from home at all. Like we can draw or lose, and when we lose badly. So for me, I was hoping that when we went 2-0 up, I was thinking, okay, maybe we're going to do it now. But then the second half came, subs changed the game because I think they were just trash.
Did you lot know that about Spurs? Did you forget that they're the comeback guys as well? Because they have.
I just thought we'd continue as we were. Do you know what I mean? Like going in at 2-0 up. I thought, okay, they'll come back out, try and push for that third.
I know a United fan that wasn't really too optimistic about that game to begin with. And I thought after Spurs obviously got penoggled by Newcastle, they would obviously want some sort of response.
Yeah, but like I said, when you go 2-0 up, that's what I'm saying.
You've seen Arsenal do it. You've seen Arsenal do it twice.
Yeah, if there's anything we've learned is that going up, because obviously Liverpool have done it a couple of times as well. So,
but then obviously Man United missed a chance I think it was to make it 3-1, even though Spurs had been having loads of chances as well.
Spurs hit the post
and then missed loads of chances.
I think Liverpool
they hit the post so many times, bro.
Against Liverpool.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
What Trey, what do you think about let me ask you a question, because obviously like that was a game against United. Casemiro. Talk to me about Casemiro, bro, because he's been stinking up the gap, man.
Yeah, I did just
like petulance and just like childish stuff.
Yeah, and I don't know if the red cards along the way have played anything in his mind, because he since those red cards, I don't think he's been as dedicated to go for those challenges.
Yeah.
Okay, Aston Villa was a bit different because I saw him do like one or two of those and I thought, maybe he's back. But maybe that played on his mind. But I always said that a long season might show how leggy he is. And I think this is kind of proving it. He's feeling it, because obviously we're heavily reliant on him playing every game, almost every minute.
Is he capable of doing that? Because I was saying when he came that United is the graveyard where dinosaurs come to die.
Well, I think he was proving me wrong. But I think as the season, as we're hitting crucial time now, I think he's feeling it as well. But it's his first season in the Prem, so I can't knock him. He's in my mind he's overperformed, because I didn't expect him to perform as well when we bought him.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? I thought he'll just fill a void until we find someone younger to sort of set in that DM kind of role.
The guy that's won Champions League 5 times.
Yeah, but that's the thing though. He was leaving Real Madrid because they knew he's getting to the end, so we want to ship him out
for 60 million.
How old is he? 30?
Yeah, 30, 31.
I don't think 30 is the end, man.
But when you're going,
that's just saying when you don't want to give you a new deal.
A baby boy.
No, I think it's probably he asked for X, and then Real Madrid were probably thinking.
Yeah, but the thing is, you'd say it's not the end of your career, but I'd say, John, in terms of when you're 30, 31, coming to the Prem, it's always going to be a little bit different. I just don't think...
I heard that the adaptation could be...
Yeah, so...
I do hear that bit of it.
But yeah, at least thank God we didn't lose that game. So I was happy actually with a draw because
against Spurs.
Yeah, like obviously not happy because we were 2-0 up, but I'm saying overall, I think 2-2 the draw. I was happy that we didn't lose it.
What do you think this means for Spurs then? Are they out of the top 4 race?
Oh, they're finished, bro.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect.
Even Liverpool, I'm looking at Liverpool like, 7 points behind United. United got a game in hand. United got 2 games in hand on Tottenham and they got 54 points.
I think Liverpool got the easiest run though out of whatever
Liverpool
teams. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you got to win all your games. They got to drop like, I can't even count, bro. Like, they got to lose 3 games basically.
Who's that? Man United.
Yeah.
What about Brighton? Because Brighton have got Man City.
Yeah,
they got a couple. Sorry, not Newcastle as well.
Brighton are in it.
Yeah, Brighton is still
Brighton
there.
are not in it, man. They're not in it.
Oh, okay, Newcastle.
I think Brighton will be in it if the rest of the other teams lose.
Brighton's in to get a spot in Europe, but not Champions League. I think.
Yeah, it's a long shot, massive long shot for Liverpool. But I still think Newcastle and Man United can drop loads of points. To be fair, and I think Liverpool could go on a run to the end.
Yeah.
Could be
Obviously, Newcastle are doing well as well. Obviously, they beat Everton 4-1 away from home as well.
Yeah, Saka's moving.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So I think Newcastle. I'm actually happy that they're going to be in the Champions League. You know,
I'm over the moon. I'd love to see it.
I enjoyed them the last time they were in the Champions League.
What, like 20 years ago?
They were good last
Yeah.
time because I think they even pipped Liverpool to get into the Champions League that season as well. But it'd be good for football, but I don't want to see it at the expense of Liverpool. But at the same time, again, Liverpool have been shit this season, so we don't really deserve it.
And yeah, Jules, quick questions to you, just going back. Like, I remember you earlier in the season, you'll say you can't win games. The way Arsenal were winning games, you can't continue winning games like this. It's not going to last. Do you think that the way that you've been playing in your games will allow you, that with the 1 goal, you're winning by 1 goal margins, typically, like
That's a good question.
the tennis kind of games. Do you think that them kind of performances are going to get you the next 5 wins that you need to potentially get Champions League football?
Not those performances, the experience.
What's the experience teaching your players from what you can see?
What do you mean?
Like when you keep saying experience, what about the experiences?
Oh, that you can just kind of go into autopilot, and the guy kind of not too dissimilar from Arsenal in terms of when you lot were down, and then there's always a feeling of you lot can still win this game.
Yeah,
I think that's the kind of experience that comes into Liverpool, where it's like we've navigated these waters before. We're down or we're up or whatever, but we can still kind of like get 3 points out of this. I think that's what Man City are kind of getting into a flow state of, where they can kind of cruise off that, going to autopilot, and then just the stuff they've been doing for like their whole Premier League careers just kind of kicks into gear. And I think it takes a bit of repetition of that for you to get that. And I think maybe the way Arsenal are playing now, if they can continue that form into next season, that's when that experience starts to kind of like solidify in them. I think Liverpool have that just from going toe-to-toe with Man City. But in terms of the way we're playing, we've been playing terrible all season. So that's not what will kind of like make me sleep at night, thinking that we'll be able to navigate the next games. It's just the fact that they've done it before.
Yeah, because I was going to say Liverpool are probably the second known team in the last couple of years to go on winning runs like City.
Yeah.
And
it's only because of City that Liverpool have done it. It's only because of Liverpool that City have done it.
I mean, Liverpool even surprised me doing 4 on the bounce, to be honest.
Bro, listen, there's nothing about this season that would make me put money on that or whatever. But
yeah, no, they're just they take their foot off the gas. But I suppose when they got that last minute goal, I was like, all right.
Did you feel anything as a United fan?
Tottenham fans must
are
have been
you looking after?
I personally would have preferred a draw, just because obviously the league, innit?
Do you feel like you're looking over your shoulder at all at Liverpool? Or?
Yeah, I would say that, because Man United have the potential to lose leads, lose games, randomly draw.
You got the game in hand, though.
Yeah, but what does that mean? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It could be that game in the hand that we lose. Do you know what I mean? And then Liverpool going, all right, let's just win the rest of our games. Obviously, I think it's a bit of a long shot personally. Cause
it's a long shot, Drew.
For us to drop all those games, all those points. But you never know. With United away from home, there's always a chance. So,
7 points gap.
Yeah, 7 points is not a lot.
And you got
really.
a game in hand.
Yeah, but we'll see what happens with that game. Yeah, that's all the games. Obviously, looking ahead.
Sorry, also another thing, you look got loads of injuries now as well. And at this point, Liverpool are getting all their players
Back,
I think everyone's pretty much
yeah,
back now.
Diaz is back, right?
Yeah, it's got a
Yeah.
good finish as well. So
Yeah, but the thing is, Liverpool is getting all your players back and what have you not, but you haven't really got a centre back pair in my opinion, that you can have the same confidence that you used to have. Gomez has kind of shown himself to just want to work in the strip clubs now. You've been calling him a unadulterated twerker for a minute now, and it seems like that's his new position in life. I think you need to now kind of build your team around Konate, because Virgil van Dijk has shown brilliant like moments where he's just like, okay, this is why you were touted as being one of the GOATs. And then obviously you got moments like what Perisic done. So it's just like if he was going to be, I wouldn't blame Liverpool for selling him this season and looking for a centre-back and some midfielders. I think Liverpool's in the same situation.
Did you say so, Virgil?
Yeah, bruv.
Right.
No, so they won't.
I think nowadays, John,
did you see the goal?
You got to start getting ruthless, you know. Like even at Arsenal, I would look to. Like, I might even sell Xhaka, even though Xhaka's had his best performance, his best season.
Did you see the Virgil slip goal?
No, I haven't.
So yeah,
I've just been told.
The only reason why I think he won't particularly be too sore about it is because it was a slip.
Oh.
If it was like a ripping, and because what he was going to do was obvious, and that's why I think he won't be too thingy about it. But I think just to also respond to what you're saying, I don't think they'll sell Virgil because of like his seniority at the club.
I don't think they will either. But I'm just saying I wouldn't begrudge them if they did. Because I think for him, like if he wants to kind of have another challenge or whatnot, this is probably the season where he can do that and still kind of.
I don't know if there's anywhere for him to go. You know?
Yeah, that's the thing. I was thinking the same. Where would he go?
What club would he go to?
Yeah.
Would you take him at Arsenal?
I would.
Yeah.
But you would also pay the fee that goes with 31. Him as well.
I don't know.
Because I think the fee would still be like
it's still
plus.
Substantial.
It would be a substantial fee for him. And you know what happens to Liverpool players when they leave, man? They don't fare too well, man.
Yeah, I'm just thinking. Like, I just think you could do with another CB.
No, 100%.
And if you had to get rid of
Matip I think Matip's out.
Yeah.
So just to go through the team, I think Matip's out. I think we need another fullback, probably a right back as well, because I don't know what happened with Calvin Ramsey. I think he's been injured again.
So, what was it? When you say Matip's out, as in,
I think they're looking at getting him out of the club.
Really?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He had a great season last season, don't get me wrong, but I think
they might give him another season, you know?
If they do, I don't think it'll be one to make solid plans around him. I think at this point he's a bit too injury prone.
So is he mainly a squad player, you think, or nah?
Right now he's second to Konate.
Yeah.
And Konate has not even been the sharpest of recent as well. So right now our defence is just kind of open for somebody to come in and take over. I think what would happen is that we'll sign one or two centre backs, and then it would just make Virgil improve himself, or it would just go back to, because I still think there's kind of aftermath from last season. There's still a bit of jet lag from last season, so the way that we've kind of kicked in the last couple games kind of does spell that out to me.
Okay,
but defensively, it's just still a massive worry. But and then obviously we'll sign maybe like 2 to 3 midfielders, ideally. Let some midfielders
you
go.
need the midfield, man, definitely.
I still think we need another attacker as well.
Yeah,
I think you can get away without another.
We can, but I think we should get one. Ideally, we would.
Because I think Nunes will still kick on next season as well.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, he will. Cool. All right, let's. That's all the games kind of wrapped up. Let's quickly just look ahead at the games coming up this week and the weekend. So, obviously, I touched on it before. So, it's Arsenal Chelsea on Tuesday. Yeah. How we think that's going to go?
Arsenal win.
Arsenal
John Boy.
We're at home, so
Joey.
That's all I'm expecting.
Lampard's too shit, man.
Yeah, so this should be an Arsenal win.
Yeah. Or is it going to be a bogey?
What would you say if Lampard did something?
If Chelsea won, that's it. The Prem's done,
I'll just
right?
continue watching darts.
Oh, the Prem.
No, not even. I'm just talking. What is that? It's clearly finished. What does that say about?
It's a one-off. I would say that he's not lost the dressing room because he's still got it, but I feel that the players have lost focus definitely 100% for the rest of the season
against Lampard's Chelsea.
I'll say that they're just satisfied with being in the top 4. That's what I'll say. Like you obviously didn't ever fancy yourself as a legitimate title contender.
Satisfied, just like. But for me, we're disappointed if we lose Chelsea. Mad disappointment, bro. Like, I don't even want to think about it.
Yeah.
We need to beat Chelsea to have any chance of going to Newcastle's ground, and in my opinion.
Yeah, so obviously, okay, that's that game then. Obviously, Liverpool-Fulham on Wednesday.
Fulham's, I think
Liverpool-Fulham.
I think Fulham are a tough team. Tough team, man.
Yeah, but I think
Anfield.
They took too much out of them at City. I think Liverpool wins that game.
Yeah, I think it'll be, for me, the same feeling about the West Ham game.
We are like an end-to-end, but Liverpool should come out on top.
Yeah, because defensively, again, we're not the greatest. I mean, they are missing, I think, Mitrovic is luckily he's out for this game as well.
Yeah.
How long left has he got on his ban? Another like 14 games?
I think one or two.
Oh, what? How long did he get? Didn't he get?
When I was watching the Man City game, I think they said 2 more games.
Oh, yeah.
So
Been a while. Cool. And then obviously on the same Wednesday, Man City, West Ham. Yeah.
I'm thinking West Ham's going to upset City, man.
I think there's a
Are
banana.
you hoping
there,
or are you thinking?
No, I'm hoping.
Oh, is that Etihad?
Yeah,
It's still a banana because I don't think Etihad's a fortress, but obviously expectation.
5-0.
5-0.
5-0 City.
5-0, bro.
Really, a drumming. Cool. And then Thursday, Brighton, Man United. That's a tough one.
Yeah, United's going to get smoked.
So what? The FA Cup was 0-0, yeah?
Yeah.
But they were the better team.
They were the better team.
Yeah.
They were.
But United did
And
well
that was
in that
neutral.
game, just to, in my opinion. But I think Brighton smoked it.
Sorry, hang on. You said United were
I think United did well in that game.
second half, innit? It was a game of two halves.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But no, but the thing is, United, I personally didn't think we were going to win that.
I always want United to lose, but I want Brighton to win that game just so they have enough confidence for City game. But then
We're away from home, so I'll say loss or draw because we're away from home, and I can't see that changing with what we kind of have up front.
Brighton pumped the brakes on who did they smoke the other? Was it
Wolves, yeah. Was it 6?
Oh, yeah, man. Damn.
Yeah.
There's been some crazy results this season.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of 6s, man.
Yeah, cool. And then we move on to the weekend. It's going to be City versus Leeds, Man City v Leeds.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, I think,
9.
Yeah, I think City win that one.
Leeds needs to get relegated that day. If there's anything more than 5,
Is that
I've had enough of them, man. I've had enough of them, man.
Right,
I think my team.
like Leeds though.
No, I think they've not grown at all. So it's time to leave, man.
Yeah.
They're not a serious
So
club.
would you rather stay up at these? Who do you want to stay up?
I want Forest, Bournemouth to stay up, and I can't remember what the other team was. I think it might have been West Ham. I want Southampton
Nottingham
to go
Forest.
down.
Nottingham Forest, we said, didn't it?
Yeah, I want Southampton to go down. I want Everton to go down.
I want them both gone.
Who's the other one? I want Leeds to go down as well.
Okay, and then there's
Or Leicester.
Tottenham versus Palace.
Palace need revenge.
Yeah.
They need revenge, man.
What happened in the last game?
I think they outplayed Tottenham still, but Tottenham Son just came in and actually no, sorry. Tottenham battered them, bro.
What is it?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Maybe Hodgson's got that thing. Eze's been on form for them.
Shit, man.
So what? Roy Hodgson got Palace safe now, yeah?
Roy
Yeah.
Hodgson's got the Croydon.
So what are you saying? Would you offer him the full-time job?
No.
I don't think he wants it.
No.
I think he came back.
He just likes that kind of interim caretaker
No,
kind
I
of.
think he even came back because just as a favour, bro. Because they didn't know what it was in. It was like, come back for a bit, man.
But you can't offer him the whole thing.
You don't want to play. You don't want to be a manager no more, man.
Okay, so what we thinking though? Palace win?
Palace at home.
I'll put
Away. But Palace
Draw.
have been all right.
Draw,
Since
draw.
under Roy, they've been all right away.
draw. I'm gonna go draw.
Draw? Schreiber?
2-2 draw.
Yeah, draw.
Draw, fair.
I'm going to go Spurs win.
Spurs win. I think it'll be... I'm going to go for... Oh, but yeah, Spurs at home. I'll go draw as well. All right, next one. Liverpool, Brentford.
I think that's another draw.
Yeah, I think that might be a draw still.
Brentford are good, aren't they? I do like their football as well, to be honest.
2-2.
2-2, yeah.
They put a lot of pressure on Liverpool. They do that well. And with Trent coming on the inside to do centre mid and leaving that overlapping gap, it might be a problem. Especially if Mbomo's operating in that area and Ivan Toney for the flick on. So it might be a dangerous game.
Thing is, with Liverpool at home now, I never know.
At home, Liverpool at home usually are good.
But I'm
Brentford
saying
beat us
when
away.
I saw Spurs get 3, I just thought,
Wasn't that at the Tottenham Stadium?
no, that was at Anfield.
Anfield.
That was Anfield.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's when Spurs got back to 3-3. I thought,
Yeah, but they still
this would
didn't-
never
they
happen at
still didn't-
Anfield.
But they still didn't lose though. So in a way, they still.
No, I know what you mean, but I'm saying like from a Liverpool perspective, like at Anfield, when you go 3-0 up.
Yeah, we haven't
Normally
had
game
a
over, innit?
shootout like that in a
Yeah.
while at Anfield.
So yeah, I think that'll be a great game actually. Liverpool-Brentford. I might even go for a Brentford win if I'm honest. I think Brentford are kind of bogey-ish.
yeah, I wouldn't begrudge you for that.
Fair dues.
And then the last game on the Saturday is Bournemouth-Chelsea. Who knows what's going to happen in the game before Arsenal? So
I think after Arsenal spank Chelsea, that's where Chelsea get back and they get a little win.
cool.
Chelsea's losing every game. I can't see them winning.
I can't either.
Like games, I think, yeah, they got this.
Yeah, they don't.
They ain't got it, bro.
Yeah.
Let's just hope that they don't start tomorrow, man.
Cool. And the last two games on the Sundays are Newcastle-Arsenal.
That one's going to be tough. But you know what? Yeah, before last season, we always had Newcastle's number. So I think we're gonna continue having Newcastle's number. I think normal service is going to resume after we beat Chelsea, and I think we'll beat Chelsea, we'll beat Newcastle, and then the pressure will be back onto City.
City.
Yeah, that's what I think.
John?
Draw.
Joey?
I'm Arsenal win, man. I need the Arsenal win.
Arsenal win. It's a tough one at Newcastle as well. And then the last game, obviously, on that Sunday is West Ham v Man United.
That's going to be a nice game as well.
I think that'd be a West Ham win.
That's what I'm saying. Man United have got 2 away games, and then I'm not convinced if I'm honest.
For me,
I'm going to say draw.
yeah, the fact that United beat Aston Villa, I think, says a lot. If they're able to do that.
But that was at home. Our
by
home
one
form.
goal.
Our home form has been like crazy this season. Like I think the stats were crazy.
Well, yeah, looking at your away form, you must be getting points from somewhere. So the home form's got to be smashing it. I mean.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think, United win.
Joey,
United loss.
United lost. Striver,
No, I think I said draw.
draw. Yeah, I'll go with a draw. But yeah, not confident. Cool. So those are all the games looking ahead. Obviously, the last segment we'll breeze through it quickly. The back pages, so club manager, team, doesn't have to be in the Prem, that you feel deserve a bit of accolades.
I'm just going to give it to KDB, man. I'm just purely off the Man City Arsenal game after what he done to, I feel like he put to bed any debates that I had lined up to fire away after I finished FaceTiming everyone from the parade when it came to KDB versus, let's say, Odegaard, for instance. I feel like KDB I think he just kind of showed why he is who he is, why he is one of the best playmakers, if not the best, in the Prem, and one that the Prem's ever seen. So
yeah,
KDB.
Cool. John Boy.
I've been following Championship of late, so for my team's going to be Luton. They're in the Championship playoffs. So you've got quite an affiliation with them.
Hopefully they can upgrade their stadium. Man.
Yeah, because
Did you see that?
ain't the main entrance like a subway.
Next terrace, next to somebody's Victorian house. That was. I never saw that when we was up there, bro.
Nah, did you go there before?
I went there, bro. Just remember there when there's Liverpool FA Cup.
Yeah,
I went around the stadium to soak up that atmosphere.
Yeah.
But that stadium is nuts, bro. Like proper
Yeah, it needs an
corrugated
upgrade.
roof.
Yeah. But I would love it if they're there. I'm not going to lie. I think I'll get a ticket there. If I could, I would get one. It's a bit
If they
far,
if they
but
got promoted as well, that would be like the injection of cash they probably need as well.
I don't know if it works like that, but yeah.
Nah, bro, getting promoted is mad.
Yeah, it
injection.
is. But I don't know if they're going to put it into the stadium.
Nah, probably not. But I'm saying that who knows?
No, the money's from the relegation, bro. The parachute payment.
Is a parachute payment?
But
Fair.
yeah, I think Luton, they've done incredibly well this season. Like a team of just even looking at the stadium, their level, doesn't seem that they should even be near Championship playoffs. And the fact that they're that close to me is great. So I'll give it to Luton.
Cool. Joey?
Yeah, usually try to look far and wide for something, but I'm just gonna give this one to Haaland as well, just for equaling records, breaking records. I didn't think it was possible. Obviously, he's a beast, but I didn't think it's possible for someone to come into the Premier League and just smash to get top goal scorer in their first season. Never happened before, so
he's not a normal guy.
Yeah. I think they need to look into that as well, man, because that's insane.
Yeah,
insanity.
Yeah, he's moving crazy.
Do you think he would have done it at another club though? A different club? Say you were at Liverpool, because I think they were talking of him going to Liverpool before, innit?
I don't know about Liverpool, but I feel like any team he would have gone to that was a Man City, he would have got excellent service from day one, where 100% service, everybody's passing to only him.
Yeah.
So I think he still would have done it at another club.
I think at Liverpool he could have excelled.
Yeah, I think so. Well, I can't see why not. The guy's a monster, man.
Cool.
Proper.
I'm going to give it to Kieran McKenna. I don't know if you guys remember him. He was the assistant manager. I think it was under Ole. Yeah. He's basically manager of Ipswich Town now, and he just basically promoted them to the championship.
I was going to give it to Ipswich as well.
Yeah, so he done well, because when he took them over in, I think it was December 2021, they were 12th.
Okay.
In the league. So he got them promoted automatically with 97 points. So
what are you saying? You should have been a manager instead of Ole?
I don't know, because he also he led the club's academy to the Premier League Northern Division when he was at Man United. I think when Jose was there, and then I think that's when Jose kind of promoted him as well, like internally. So there's probably something in him, but obviously we just didn't see enough of that probably under Ole, because Ole probably wanted to do his own thing. So yeah, well done to him. And I actually had one more, because last week I had a cheat one in it, because obviously we both had Wrexham, but Ruud van Nistelrooy for I think it's PSV. He's got their second trophy now.
Oh, I know he was the academy manager for a while.
Yeah, he's their manager.
Yeah.
So
what, they won the league?
I don't know. I think it's 2 finals he's won. So I think it's 2 cups. So yeah, he's done well. Ruud, I'm happy for him. Obviously being ex-Man United as well. But yeah, so it's going to be an interesting week ahead.
Yeah.
Got a lot of games coming thick and fast midweek and then the weekend. So be interesting to see how the table looks this time.
I can't believe it's
next
coming
week
to an end, man. Like it's been as much as it's been not as enjoyable to maybe, let's say, the neutral, it's been a very enjoyable season nonetheless, man. We had the World Cup. We've had, in my opinion, had a very competitive season. We've seen, obviously, an anomaly in Arsenal come out and show what a good project, the lack of COVID or what have you not, can do for a team. An enthusiastic coach that's obviously lacking experience. We've seen that. We've seen Haaland. We've seen Man City. We've seen, man. Obviously, we've seen, even with Liverpool dropping off as well, man. You've still seen that they're a quality side that just need a little bit of tweaks and a little bit of refurbishment. And obviously, you've probably seen some growth from Klopp, and we'll see if that growth in the next season. We've seen what Newcastle's done. We're seeing obviously we've seen a big takeover, but we've seen them approach it in a completely different way, even with the coach direction, their player selection, what have you not. And you can still see that there's route for an organic expansion, especially if they get Champions League. In my opinion, that's ahead of schedule. I think it's been a really good season, man. And as much as we're sitting second, Arsenal, I've really enjoyed it, man. From 8th, 5th to being in a title race, man.
We've been spoiled for football this year, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we have. It's been a great season.
Trust me.
Regardless of the results.
Yeah, man.
It's been a good season.
I know people are going to listen to this and be like, oh, yeah. I knew he was going to say all this stuff.
Yeah, I can't lie. This was your end monologue, isn't it? I thought you were actually tapping out the podcast. You were like, yeah, I'm done.
No, but I have to be grateful. I have to be
Shit,
grateful.
man, you should have. If you had anything about you, fucking yellow belly.
Oh, cool, guys. Oh, no, it's been sick, man. So, same time, same place, Podcast Pundits. Thanks for joining us. We out.